deny system. Everything is denied until you show yourself to be enabled. So it's like if you go into a nightclub, your name is not in, you're not coming in. So that is the system that we have to create.
So the current system, Norton, for example, is go ahead, come on in, trash the place, and then if we can delete you, we'll do
that. Is if we know that you are a baddie. So if we don't know that you're a baddie, you're an unknown, we'll still let you in and do whatever you want to do. The biggest problem is finding what is a baddie is a reactive game. This is why if you're a virus author, what you do, the first thing that you do is you write the virus and you test against all the AVs to make sure that it's not being detected. Then you release it to the wild. So that's why we have a problem of new malware not being detected. That's why we get thousands of those not being detected. That's why we've got millions of people on a daily basis being infected.
So why hasn't this been fixed? I mean, it would seem like a multi-billion-dollar opportunity for some entrepreneur, such as yourself, to come along and say, hey, this is terrible, here's the solution. Why hasn't it happened?
Well, it has. With us, it has. That's why we have 15 million users who are using our product.
But so individuals have to go to you to buy the product. Why don't the PC companies do it? I mean, why don't they, if it's such a big problem, why don't they just load it right on there?
Well, you have to ask that question to themselves. I'll come with you and I'll ask them myself as to why are they not doing this themselves. Yeah, I agree with you. They should be changing the way that they protect themselves. I agree.
And so how are individuals supposed to know this? Because again, you read all the time, oh, I got to have the latest antivirus software, whatever it is, I'm going to get killed. You do what you're supposed to do, and now what you're saying is it's totally out of date anyway, and I got to get a new product. I mean, is it an education issue? If I talk to the Norton guys, I'm sure they'd say, no, we do everything. So what is it that, how are consumers supposed to understand all this?
It's up to you and people like you guys, for you to get the message across, to inform and educate people that the way that they should protect themselves is not by detection-based technologies, but prevention-based technologies. And that's about default deny system, not a default allow system. Today we have a default allow system. We need to change it to be default deny system. And so up to you guys, really, to get the word out.
It's tough. All right, we're going to take a break for a minute. We'll be right back. Thanks very much.
Hey everyone, I'm PalTalk's Diana Falzon. I hope you're enjoying today's TechNow Network presentation. Please come back anytime to the TechNow Network chat room on PalTalk to enjoy it whenever you want to exchange ideas with other TechNow fans. Now here once again are Henry and Melih.
As to how long. I'm working on it, but I don't know how long it's going to be.
But we've had digital certificates forever. I mean, VeriSign's been around. It's been a huge company for a long time. So again, why hasn't that just been done for us?
Because it's not about just having digital certificate. It's about having your email software. People use, Hotmail, Yahoo, Google, Outlook. It is those software that has to have the technology built in. It's not about just having the digital certificate. Digital certificate is only one small part of it. I mean, even now, likes of Hotmail or Yahoo, I think Yahoo, still cannot handle digital certificates. They treat it as a file, not a digital certificate. So there has to be an adoption, industry-wide adoption. There has to be a voice and a leader, and it has to be set as a standard.
So we need to get them to play ball before.
Pretty much.
Great. I think we have more questions. Sunny from Germany, go ahead. And in the here we go. All set. Okay.
Thanks very much, gentlemen. Great show. The question is, well, very simple actually. I've heard you say that your mission is to protect the internet. Now that sounds fine, but is that even possible from a practical perspective? Just wondering.
Sure. Thank you very much. First of all, nothing is 100%. I used to say 100% protection exists in a black hole because nothing that goes into a black hole could come out. So you could throw your passport in a black hole and then you'd be safe because no one could get it. But even that is not true anymore because they've proven it that whatever goes into a black hole emanates some radiation. 100% security doesn't exist. And the aim is not to provide 100% security because it doesn't exist, but to reduce the effect of the vulnerability that we have. That's what we're trying to do. So creating 100% security for internet doesn't exist. Can we do better than what we have today? Most definitely. We can be much, much better than what we have today.
But one thing you just described is this end-to-end problem, where I can have a digital certificate, I can have my computer loaded up with all the latest stuff. If Yahoo's not playing ball, I'm still going to get tons of spam. So
from email point of view.
Right. So I mean, talk about that. What is it that you, when you do have to have an end-to-end system like that, is there any way to do it so you can do it on one end and then people can opt into it or not on their own, or do you need to get both sides to play ball?
I think in that particular example of an email, you need both sides to play ball because the email client, email software is the one that should help you.
And what about, say, authenticating Visa or what have you? Again, is it both sides?
No, it doesn't. With that, you can just simply download one application, and that will authenticate websites.
So another huge area now, social networking. Obviously, we're probably just at the beginning stages. We have the person-to-person crime where people get faked out, and a lot of sex crimes and trolling for sex and things like that. But talk about that a little bit. I mean, what can come out of that? On Facebook, for example, I mean, we had the Nigerian scam. We actually wrote about this on Silicon Alley Insider, where a very well done scam of somebody pretending to be somebody else's friend saying, oh, I'm stuck here in London, can you send me some money? And the guy figured it out. It became obvious after time. But talk about some of that in terms of what's likely to happen.
Well, let's first analyze what is social networking. It's connecting two people. Through connectivity, what does a virus need if not connectivity? What does a malware need if not connectivity? So we're making it easier for malware to be infecting each other. So just like, you know, if you're in the same room with someone who's got cold, you're more likely to get cold than them not being in the room. So what we've done now with social networking, imagine people who got cold, we put them all in the same room. Now who's going to catch cold now? Everyone's going to catch cold. So social networking, the earlier example that you were giving me about Galactica, I think, remember? It is exactly that. Social networking is bringing, what was the name of the thing? Was it Galactica?
Yes, Battlestar
Galactica. Yeah, so that is exactly what's happening now. With social networking, bringing people together. And social networking is going to be a way of spreading virus very fast.
One more question from Paul in the UK.
Yeah, thank you. Social networking is a great way to make new connections, yet more virus and malware is being spread through those networks as well. What can be done to protect myself?
Funny you should ask. We were just talking about that. So again, talk more about that. So what can be done? Is this, again, do you have to go to Facebook and get them to adopt a solution?
Okay, let's analyze what a malware does. Okay, today we fight the wars because of oil. Why? Because it's energy. What is an energy to a malware, to a virus? What energy is to a malware is your CPU time and your connectivity. So you have a computer